Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have Charlie. Say hi, baby. Oh, hi Charlie. Yeah, he's a little shy, so he just wants his feetsies to be seen. But he's been more and more curious about the cards. So he's going to be hanging out with us today, and if we're lucky, he'll allow us to do some reading. Oh, all right, guys. So I am extremely tired today. It's going to be a short read. I'm aiming for 10 minutes or less. If you would like a personal reading, please do reach out to me at the email listed below. All of my contact information is there. And at the current time, I'm only offering readings and distant Reiki healing sessions. I'm not offering any coaching at this time. I'm pretty booked, and I'm actually booking out now for the week of July 13th. My latest offering is a North Node, South Node reading. It is a destined reading. It's all about your destined path, your life purpose, your true north path in this lifetime. And it's all about you, all for you. So it's a beautiful gift to give yourself, and I'm really, really loving the readings and all of the feedback from you guys. If you guys have received a reading from me, feel free to leave some information in the comments below or just some feedback so that other people can see that. And what else? We are post-eclipse. It's Tuesday, July 7th. So we are post-eclipse. So the energies have cleared a little bit. And we are now in the space of, honestly, just clearing the energy from the eclipse, however that did affect you. So I'm going to start today with some animal cards. Oh my gosh, this has been coming up in a lot of my personal readings that I've been doing for clients really the past week. So there's a soul sister guided by angels, Liz, and she always talks about the stag being this promise of union, guys. So here we go. Here's the stag, and he's been showing up more and more and more. And as you guys know, if you follow my community section on here, which you should, because I post updates about ascension symptoms, and sometimes when I can't get to a video that day or for a few days, I will be posting on there. So make sure you check that out. And I'll also post just everything that's going on with readings, what I'm offering and what I'll be offering in the future and all that good stuff. So what's happening right now, if you read my post earlier, is that the masculines are in fact awake. For a long time, we talked about them waking up. They are, in fact, awake. Not only that, guys, but the masculines are at this place now of surrender. I strongly feel that most masculines are really in their feminine energy at this time, and they really have had to feel and see and hear what the feminine went through. And they've had to go through this real deep, dark night of the soul so that they can forgive themselves for the sins of the past, so to speak, against their feminine. But not only against their feminine, it's also against themselves. You see, when they walked away from their feminine, when they walked away from you, they walked away from their own soul. And when they walked away from you, this has also brought up past lifetime pain and trauma that they are sorting through. So psychologically and spiritually, they're going through some heavy, heavy stuff at this time. So as I mentioned, some of you will be getting contact, or some of you will be guided to reach out. Many feminines have been guided to reach out. And I just want to remind you to be in this place of unconditional love, acceptance, and receptivity, divine feminine, so that you don't expect your divine masculine to respond a certain way. And if it's been a while since you've been in touch, you don't know what they've got going on, what karmic cycles they're closing out, or what sort of chaos they might be entertaining in their lives right now. So you just want to be really mindful to try to not have any expectations. And I know that's hard because we're in this 3D body, and we're souls, we're divine souls on a divine path and journey, having this very human experience, and it's normal. So if you do happen to reach out, or they reach out and you do get triggered, which I've been seeing happening with some of my own divine feminine friends, please know that there was a higher purpose for that. Remember, your divine masculine, if it's a true divine masculine, does not want to hurt you. So please understand that they want to protect you. This is the divine masculine coming out saying, I want to protect you. And if they're still quiet, they're protecting you from themselves at this time, because they don't want to be the cause of any more pain. So they're going to stay away until they are balanced enough and until they feel healed enough to be worthy of receiving your love. True story, divine feminine. We have the fire and tiger fire. So this is for any divine masculines that are fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And this could also be for divine feminines that are fire signs. This is all about the passion. So some of you, some symptoms you might be experiencing on the heels of the spiritual pregnancy that a lot of the divine feminines were birthing, both males and females, by the way. Must have been very, very uniquely challenging for the male divine feminines to experience that. But I think it's beautiful because it would have given them a sense of vulnerability and a sense of understanding of what their female divine masculine goes through, if there is a female divine masculine, and just a sense in general of what females go through in the birthing process, or in the pregnancy process. So I think that's actually really beautiful. But there is this renewed sense of passion that's coming through, sensuality that's coming through in these connections. And so a lot of you are going to be getting those sexual urges again. And that is your divine masculine. So it doesn't matter if the divine masculine is female or male. It's just energy. And you're going to be feeling that coming through more and more. So as you feel that coming through more and more, just be open to it. This is usually the divine masculine will reach out to the divine feminine with sort of sexual advancements, or even in the 5D, just that's what they're comfortable with. That's sort of a place where they feel safe, but they do know deep down that the divine feminine is asking for more, is deserving of more, and wants more. So keep in mind, have your boundaries up, especially if your masculine is in a karmic situation. It's really important, because what will happen, divine feminine, if you don't have your boundaries up, you could just continue to repeat cycles with your divine masculine. And if you don't put your foot down, I'm not saying issue an ultimatum, but just a healthy boundary that says, I will be there for you, and I love you, and I will be waiting for you when you're ready, but I'm not going to accept being the person on the side. I'm not going to accept crumbs. That, to me, in my personal opinion, is really important to do, because it shows your masculine what you are and aren't willing to put up with. And you can also do it in the way of unconditional love. So we've got cat energy coming out. We've got both lion and tiger. So definitely, I'm feeling Leo the lion. So Leo signs, any Leos out there, moon, sun, rising, or north node, this is definitely for you. And of course, we've got Charlie here. He's actually on the other side of the camera still. So this is really speaking to me of, the cards are picking up on the energies of the room and the energies of what's going on at this current time during the reading. So I think that's really funny. So we've got lion, higher calling. So we've got this tiger, this passionate, this sensual energy that's circulating through the twins right now. So you're going to feel a lot of those lower level chakras igniting again, and sort of you'll feel that swirling kind of heat energy that's going through those first three chakras, root, sacral, and solar plexus, particularly the root chakra. And you've got the higher calling. So this is the twins. I mean, you've got two sets of divine feminine, divine masculine pairs here. I mean, this is the twins through and through. So if somebody needed a sign, this is your sign. If you asked for a sign, this is it. So tiger is all about knowing your power and being bold. And again, a lot of feminines are being called to be bold at this present time. And the lion is higher calling. So I just want to take a look here. the card says. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. This is what the divine feminines or divine masculines are doing. Divine feminines have already done this. Divine feminines are sitting on their throne in their queendom, waiting for the divine masculine. Not waiting. We're not sitting here waiting. We are not codependent, but we're sitting here holding space. And the divine masculine is finding their nobility at this time. They're remembering who they are. So they've remembered past lifetimes where they've hurt their divine feminine, they've broken your heart, they've left you, they've chosen someone else. They're remembering all of these things, but they're also remembering the love. And they're realizing that true abundance and true nobility has to do with the love they have in their heart and not the money in the bank. They're realizing, I am a king and this is my queen, and I will claim her. I will claim her. That's why he or she is feeling the fire at this time, because they're remembering who they are. So let's get some cards here to clarify the animal spirit cards, and let's see what wants to come up here for the twins today. The energy of the twins today, please. The energy of the divine masculine in particular. Well, look, I mean, this is fire energy. I mean, look, we've got 9 of Wands, Queen of Wands, fire energy, fire, tiger. I mean, so the passion is definitely there. The passion is intense. So the Knight of Wands is, to me, all about entrepreneurship, independence, lighting your own path, being the beacon, being the light for yourself, for your own journey, for your own heart, and not needing or not relying on or depending on anybody else. And this is the divine. So I asked about the divine masculine. Well, they gave me cards for the divine feminine. This is the divine feminine, finding her way, sitting on her throne, and realizing that she has everything she needs at the palm of her hands. She's like, look at this. I have light inside of me. There is so much light inside of me that I have not realized, because I've been giving my power away to what? To my divine masculine, to timing, to my ego, to the 3D world. And I did not realize that I possessed all of this light within me. And I did not realize that I could light my own path, and that I could create fulfillment and happiness with or without my divine masculine. This is such an important component of the journey. Because when you get to that place, divine feminine, where you truly are fulfilled and happy and content, that is when your divine masculine realizes and feels your self-love, and that's when he or she will step up. That's when he or she will step up. When you're rising in self-love and unconditional love for self and for others, when you're just happy just to be, when you're living in the present moment, when you've let go of timing, the hardest part, when you've let go of expectation, when you've let go of the past, when you've forgiven your divine masculine, when you are in this power, if these cards are for you, your union is on the way, because you're already attaining inner union. So the outer union, it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of alignment. It's a matter of time. Timing is really alignment. I also mentioned in my post today that we hear a lot about timelines. And originally when I started reading cards for this channel, back in January of this year, I was seeing 4 to 5 years for the majority of twins in this particular current wave. If you believe in waves, or whoever was tuning into my channel, that's what I was picking up on. And then I started to feel 3 years. Well, with this eclipse closing out of cycles, with this series of eclipses that we just closed out on July 4th, with the full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn, closing out believe it was 3 cycles of eclipses on the Cancer-Capricorn axis. What we did there collectively, because we're so powerful, is we shifted timelines. And I'm now seeing 1 to 2 years for these unions. And I would not be surprised to see if we shift that, even if we shift it down to 1 year, if we shift it down to 6 months. I would not be surprised, because I see and feel unions. First of all, you can read the comments. People are reporting every day. People are emailing me every day, telling me that they've had contact with their masculines. They are coming out of the woodwork. They are waking up from a slumber. And they're starting to gain their bearings. And I would not be surprised if more and more people continue receiving contact. Also, December is going to be a time of coming together for the twins. So I do see a lot of reunions and unions happening. So that's really exciting. We've shifted timelines, and we keep on getting these Wands cards. There's just so much passion right now in the collective. So many of us have shifted to a more positive timeline. And we're putting the past behind us. We're putting the hard times behind us. So if you feel like you're in this timeline, if you feel like you've shifted and the sun is now setting on hard times and the sun is shining on you, let me know in the comments below. Write, the sun is shining on me. Let me know. Say it out loud. Affirm it. Let's do this. So we've got the 6 of Wands. This to me is recognition for your efforts, Divine Feminine. That the divine is saying, I recognize the work that you've put in. Don't think that it goes unnoticed, because it doesn't. I recognize the work that you've done, and I appreciate you. And your hard work is always, always noticed. And you will be receiving the gifts of your hard work. You will. People are recognizing you. This also tells me that, Divine Feminine, you have a lot of suitors and admirers. So there are choices coming in for some of you. Yes. 4 of Wands. Celebration. Letting loose, letting your hair down, having fun. Divine Feminine, have you forgotten how to have fun? Because if you have, you're being asked to remember. You're being asked to tap into your inner child and ask, what does he or she want? What does he or she need? What can I give to her or him in order to create more balance, more playfulness, more joy, and more lightheartedness in my life? Remember, the energy and the emotions that you choose to possess will affect your counterpart. There's no way around that. We are connected at the soul. Judgment. So we have all these amazing Wands cards. Only positive Wands cards, by the way. You notice that the cards are positive. We have shifted. We have turned a corner. And what I see here is judgment is coming in for the Divine Masculine. Meaning he's been really hard on himself and over the past few months during this lockdown. And he's had a lot of time to think about what he's done and the choices he's made, how he's treated his Divine Feminine, he or she. You know, I refer to the Divine Masculine as he a lot, but it's just energy, guys. You know this. So he or she, please. It's just easier just to say one sometimes. But he's thinking about what he's done and where he went wrong in his life and the choices he's made to get him to where he is. And he's realizing that he is responsible. Once he realizes this responsibility, he can make changes. He can change course, but he has to forgive himself. This is about redemption and self-forgiveness. This is about releasing himself from his own mind, from the torture that he's put himself in, from the prison that he's created, that he's surrounded himself with in his life. He needs to release himself. Can we get a clarifier, please, for judgment for the Divine Masculine? The 4 of Wands cards also indicates to me union. So unions are on the way. The celebration that I was speaking of, it's on the way, guys. Trust. And if you can't trust, regain your balance. Yeah, so the Divine Masculine he said goodbye to a part of himself and a part of his life. And he is sad. There is a sense of loneliness. Not so much regret, a little regret. mostly sadness and a sort of wistfulness, like this energy of reminiscing or longing for the past before he knew what he knows now, before he met you and you woke him up to the truth and reality of his unhappiness in his life. He's sort of longing for that, longing for the simplicity that was his life before, when he wore the mask and he didn't have to answer to himself or to spirit or to God or to the universe or to you or to this connection. He's missing that. He's missing that part of himself that allowed himself to live a lie, to live in the illusion. Because in many ways it was easier, but it was also unfulfilling and miserable and soulless, because it wasn't who he truly was. These divine masculines that purport to care about money and things and objects, those things do not make them happy, and they've realized this now. They've been chasing after the wrong things for far too long. He's feeling this, divine feminine. He's feeling the judgment call. He's feeling this. Not the judgment call from you, but the judgment call from God, from source, from the universe, from the divine, from his higher self, from his soul. He's been really hard on himself. Coming from this heavy energy of the Five of Cups in judgment, we have Ace of Cups. This is one of my light cards. This is a light and shadow deck. This is one of my, I couldn't decide, so I chose 3 or 4 light cards. The Two of Cups being the light, the number 1 light card, but this was a close second. We've got the Ace of Cups. Powerful emotional beginnings, manifestation in the divine masculine's heart. Just like I spoke about on the community post that I did earlier today. So go and have a read, and go and read that after you watch the video, because it explains a lot. And the divine masculine's heart has cracked open. So he's coming out of this energy of the Five of Cups that he's been in for quite some time. That's why he's retreated for so long. And he's coming into this energy of vulnerability and open-heartedness. And that's why, divine feminines, you've been feeling the heart chakra activations. And if you haven't, you will. Sometimes I receive things before my collective, and sometimes it's after. It really doesn't matter. Again, we're all in this together. We're rowing the boats. We're just at different speeds, but we're all going in the same direction. Just know that. You can't ever veer off course, because you're on this journey. There is no way off or out. And that's the crazy part, but that's also the beautiful part. We will complete this journey. We will finish this journey. We will meet up with our beloved again. So there is this promise of an emotional union with the masculine and feminine counterparts. And to me, this is the energy of the divine masculine saying, I give you my heart, divine feminine. Turn off the 3D. The 3D is still ugly. The 3D is still full of illusions and lies and deceit. The divine masculines aren't being honest necessarily about the destruction that's going on in their life. So divine feminine, just understand and just look into your heart for the answers at this time. More clarity is coming by the end of the year, I promise. Don't even think of it as 6 months away. Just think of it as it's on its way. So we're going to stop the reading there. I am going to go rest. And I'm sending you guys so much love and light. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. And I thank you so much for your continued support on this divine mission that we're all on together. And I'm so glad that we're on this together and that I can assist you and guide you. Thank you for holding space for me as I hold space for you. Lots of love. I'll see you guys soon.